Alrighty, folks, we are finally back. I am so sorry about that. We finally fixed the problem, hopefully. I'm definitely going to have to figure out what's going on after this clan war. I've never actually lagged this hard. I should not be lagging this hard. We're reducing the quality. Sorry about that, folks. I like it in 1080p, but if it's not working that great, then it's not worth it at all. So, if you get me. I honestly have no idea what's going on, dude. I have like 80 download and like 60 upload, so this shouldn't be a problem.
Well, it sounds like it's not an internet issue.
Yeah, right now I have a solid like 20 upload speed. And that is with streaming, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
Alright, well, we're gonna see if we can get back into it, folks. Sorry about that. So, the score is 1-1, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Alright, so. The score is currently 1-1. None of us are in favor, so we're definitely going to see what comes up next. Yeah, right now, as of now, my frames per second is not the best, so I'm definitely not sure what's going on here. Hopefully we can fix that, and our next map is going to be on 16-bit. We will see from this game if there is any problems now. So hopefully that problem will be fixed. Then we're going to get everything all set up. Alright, folks, we're going to hop into it now.
Another PvP? Or no, we didn't have a PvP before. What am I talking about? We had 2 PvTs.
Now we're going to start up our first PvP of the night.
I must be thinking of some other cast from earlier today. No. When?
Alrighty. Spawning in the top right with the pink Protoss probes representing PigPan. It is Breaker.
And in the bottom left, in the green trunks, representing PsiX, it is Blinking Tons.
So far for now, Blinkington is actually going to start heading across the map with his probe. I'm going to do a quick frame rate check. Yeah, we are now in the Western United States for our server, so maybe that might fix the problem a little bit. Tell me on stream if you guys are having a good day, and hopefully the stream is getting a little bit more solid with its frame rate. I am so sorry about the problems from earlier. And hopefully next time I do the stream, we can figure out a good way to stream at high quality and yet be able to maintain good frame rates. So, as of now, we're both opening up relatively the same. Breaker actually has his double gas. But Breaking Tins has his double gateways up. His first gateway finishing up. They're both starting up. New Cybernetics core run this time. Just like I said.
Blinking Tons is going to get the scout off with his... and the spray.
The little Protoss heart spray. It'd be kind of funny if Breaker just sprayed his whatever his spray he had right next to it or something.
Cover the spray. No graffiti on my base.
I've seen a thing where like someone like graffitied on his base and he just covered it up with like a pylon. Just built it straight on that, yeah.
It's great.
Blinking Tons is going to open up with two adepts. There is no wall for either side, so adept potential can be very high.
I wonder if anyone has like known their opponent gets a little bit tilted by spray, and so they spray somewhere to like we're talking like mind game type stuff.
Yeah.
And so then they spray somewhere to get building placement somewhere else that shouldn't be, and then abuse the fact that the building is not where it should be. I don't know what scenario this could be, but I'm just...
They're if it exists, if your idea just was conceived, and I'm pretty sure it will happen eventually.
I've just doomed someone.
I know, you just gave people ideas, you know. So what did you do? I played a mental game where I sprayed all over his base and he just couldn't take it and just didn't build entire game.
Well, these adepts are gonna get in, find some probes. There is a shield battery in production, but of course shield batteries don't actually help you with adepts. Actually,
it's not.
But the adepts are targeting the shield battery and not getting probe kills.
I don't think a single probe had gone down yet.
A couple went down. Or one went down. I'm sorry.
And the adept didn't really go far. Now just kind of playing like hiding in plain sight kind of game. Will it get out of there? It's gonna tuck itself in. There it goes, and it manages to get out, and it's gonna start walking away. It's like I was in the hands of death, and you know I got out of there. Got a bunch of stalkers just staring me down. They spared my life.
Kind of funny, like when you cannon rush a Protoss, and you get into the scenario where you contained your opponent, but you can't kill them. Adepts and their shade mechanic are actually the best way to get past the cannons for counter aggression. Early stage. So it kind of reminded me of that function.
Oh, the stalker's gonna have an awful day. Just kind of walked away. If you just saw my screen right now, it kind of just, because of the settings right now, nothing really happened much. All he saw is like a little poof just pop, like a little particle just pops out of nowhere. It kind of just shocked me. We've been so on top of what this Adept's been doing. We haven't even paid attention that he's been making a Phoenixes at this time. He's gonna get a good pickup, but that Phoenix is gonna get saved barely. He does have enough to protect himself now at this point. Now we're gonna see exactly what happens next.
It's kind of interesting. He took this forward expansion, and so like it's greedier, and he's not gonna get punished for it being this forward expansion. It's kind of funny though, because I wonder if he's trying to conceal the fact that he could take a third. Like, he could take the third really fast, and why is he building another cyber core? I think that's a misclick.
The Phoenixes are going to be scouting around to find hidden bases, I believe.
Sure.
Let's just go with that.
Oh, I mean, there could be proxies too. It's good to know what your opponent is doing, and the Phoenixes move so fast. They're really going to cover a lot of ground fast. These Stalkers are going to beat these 2 Stalkers, and they will be forced to find the rest of their friends.
You're going to be joined up with their Phoenix brothers, but I think he's going to bite off a little bit more than he wants to chew. Especially with Charge about to finish up, these Stalkers are just going to get shredded. A little bit popping off a little bit right there. These Stalkers are just going to get pulled back right into it. These Stalkers are definitely going to die from this. And was that generally worth it?
Scary. Depends.
The Zealots actually were charging, and halfway, like right before they touched them, they just turned hightailed it around. That's interesting.
A little bit of Miss Micro there. Hey, Charizards are kind of the funny unit in that, like, generally speaking, you're more likely to make a micro error than a micro correction by moving. Like, you just let them be. They will do their thing.
I like how you like micro correction. Like that is a word right there. Micro connection. Well, what would the definition of that word be?
Something that by microing benefits the attack.
Okay, that makes sense. Huh.
And when I say micro, I in this sense, I don't mean like micro as in small, obviously. I mean micro as in the StarCraft sense of micro, of unit control. Phoenixes are just kind of flying around, not really doing much. They could fly in and pick off some probes if they so desired, but I think Blinking Tons has other things to focus on at the moment, like killing these rocks.
He's gonna get a few kills, but he definitely has enough energy to kill a lot more. Wow, he's not even gonna go back. He's just gonna go straight for it. He's gonna go all throughout this. He's gonna keep losing, but he is getting another good warp in.
There's a lot of army coming across the map. There's Charge here too. I think Blinking Tons is regretting knocking down those rocks, and he backs up into this choke where he has his shield batteries. His gateways at the front are not actually done, but the choke has allowed him to clean up the Stalkers. The Phoenix come back so that he can get the lifts, and now he has superior numbers with the support of the Phoenix. So, defender's advantage for the win.
And he still kept the Phoenixes alive, so oof. Oh, but he does have blink, but it's not very effective if you just blink and don't move him. It's like, yo, if you blink and you don't move after, you'll be fine. See? they can't see you if you don't move.
This is not a what is it? Tyrannosaurus Rex was supposed to
Jurassic
see that
Park?
One? Yeah, I think that's where the idea of like popular notion of at least one of I'm sure some reptile works that way. Where else would they get that? But I don't know what reptile off the top.
Chat, if you can do some research, Xenodactyl's curious.
I have many curiosities in life. You'll spend much too long looking for all of them.
Alright, well, he does have double robo production. He still has not invested in the third base. And, I mean, Blinkington's just getting his as well, so we've kind of just hitting at a stalemate again. With Breaker, though, he does have superior tech. He does have Immortals. He does have +1. And from what I perceive, he's just gonna get +1 shields. I mean, Blinkingtons, that is. Gonna get +1 shields. As well as armor, he's gonna just keep making phoenixes. But in the meantime, a big old Adept Shade actually manages to get 17 probes. Wow. He actually manages to get them out. He's just gonna keep wrapping up the kills. I have never seen a group of 4 Adepts get this many kills. In fact, they're not stopping. They're just gonna keep going ham until they get eventually killed off. Actually, he manages to get 26 probes, and he's left down to 13 workers. Wow.
This I don't know. This constant harass and like how well Blinkingtons has been handling his small, like, inferior army, kind of reminds me of like a lot of my own weaknesses as a StarCraft player. Is like, I feel like my macro pales in comparison to my army control. So like I win fights I shouldn't win, but like I until now, Blinkingtons has had the inferior army.
He's gonna get some pickoffs up of those immortals. He actually is saving quite a bit of his army, but
so he loses this fight because he just doesn't have the immortals in the composition. He has the Phoenix, which are able to neutralize the immortals of Breaker for a moment, but obviously
that stalker just juked the heck out of that army. It's like, you know, I'm gonna go this way, and then you just jumped right across to the other side.
I'm kind of worried for Blinkingtons, as this immortal count is not going to be stopped even with lifts.
He does have quite a few Phoenixes, but I mean, this is a lot of immortals. That's what, 5 immortals? He does have the shield batteries, giving his units a lot more support.
Actually, I did not realize how many Phoenixes he had.
Wow, and he's actually gonna, you know, yeah, you could have picked up those immortals while they're being warped back home.
Realized he had that many Phoenix.
Yeah. Oh, and he just kind of just has a warp prison parked out front.
Oh, it's cool.
Yeah, it ain't doing any damage. It's good.
There aren't adepts in your mineral line right now. That one person can live.
He actually manages to stabilize the worker count, which is good. Oh, and a single adept. Here goes, Kobe. He's gonna keep throwing them little energy balls straight out to the probes. He's actually gonna get another solid hit, and you know what? He got 3 more probes, brought him back down to immediately 30-ish probes. Oh yeah, and look, we got ourselves a little probe conga line following this one Phoenix. Gonna give them their energy. It does already have full energy, so it's just gonna become a giant glutton of energy. The probes are just like, worship the Phoenix god.
Another thing is, Breaker still has like 3 of his probes at his knuckle that are just sitting there. So he's racking up quite a bit of idle time. He
actually has managed to get himself a huge healthy number of High Templar, and Storm is currently on the way. Same as well for him. All these full energy Phoenixes. I don't think I haven't seen a lot die at all from this current fight. We've gotten to the point where it's 15 minutes in, and oh, but you know what counters Phoenixes? It's Archons, and that's a lot of Archons.
Yeah, Archons are a pretty good unit.
That's a lot of storms. A lot of money storms could definitely wipe this army clean. These Phoenixes are kind of getting into the line of fire. They're going to pull back a little bit. in the meantime, here comes the storm army. He's actually gonna pick off these Archons one at a time, and it's gonna cause some problems here. In the meantime, the Phoenixes are at home. He actually manages to lose the fight, and now he's kind of put himself in a rock and a hard place. Does he want to deal with and a huge storm on the probe is gonna help take him down, but he needs to storm this army coming down the ramp, or else he's gonna lose all these for free. But it seems like he's not gonna be doing that. He's just gonna and here comes the storms. Storms do not stack, as people know. And he's gonna warp him out, but at what cost? He lost his entire army, but he does have the Phoenixes. And here they come. Oh, but this is not good. If they stay in that position, they're just gonna get shredded by these Archons. And he's lost practically his entire air army at this point.
Questionable decisions. I think, really, if there's like 2 Archons, maybe you can magic box that, but more than 2 Archons, I wouldn't bother.
He does have plenty of 5 Templar at home. He's going to start adding a ton of production. 2 forges and 4 extra gates at his 3rd base. Probably at a good timing, because this attack is going to come across. He's been running off of 22 probes this entire 17-minute game, basically. And they both have +3, so they're both even.
Right now, all Blinking Pens needs to do is make a ton of army. I don't care what army, and just hold. Like he's done so much damage. He shouldn't die to anything, or he as long as he has an army. He does get the War Prism, and that's going to delay any real attack. Well,
he stormed his own units. Now that took up all the shields on his zealots but here comes the Phoenixes again. They might be able to help out with these Immortals, which is definitely going to help out in the long run. He's going to start warping in once again. He does have a High Templar with enough energy to give a storm. If he can pull that out, he might just be able to hold. In the meantime, these Archons just putting in the value. He's managing to hold. He has shield batteries. This High Templar actually getting gunned down, but I don't think he realizes that he has a storm, which could definitely help in this hold, but I think it's just about too late. He's going to start warping in more. He definitely has the base advantage. Not going to be a problem holding unless he plays it right, but he's going to start losing probes here and there. He's going to lose his +3 shield upgrades, or level 2, I mean. And he is holding, but barely at this point. He's already evacuated his base. He just needs to hold out. He's going to chrono boost out the warp gates at this point.
Yeah, he really can afford to give up this base. He's got plenty of minerals. I don't think he needs, like, just run away. Yeah, there you go. Like, if he saves this, great, but there's not actually a need to.
He's just going to come and get a good wraparound around these. He has a full energy High Templar, and he just got gutted. He lost that army. The only thing that left of that was the Observer, and just got PTSD from watching all that. And another War Prism might just go down if it's not played just right. They actually are on the chase with an Archon and a Immortal behind them. Who will get the kill? Apparently neither of them, because they're just going to split off in their own direction. Blinking Tins is just going to be drawn back as soon as he sees the sight of an Immortal and an Archon. Gonna hit that all army hotkey, and you know what? He's just gonna pull back. He's gonna get his 4th base up once again. In the meantime, he's gonna do a little stutter step back. He's gonna kill off that Archon and start doing the damage that he needs to on the other side. That micro though, he's gonna save most of his stalkers from these zealots with his excellent micro. And, oh wow, he actually manages to juke out another zealot, and now the damage is being done once again. He's losing 27 probes, back down to 22 once again. Now just absolutely getting denied. And this is just coming from bad to worse. The zealots are starting to go up the wall, but they're less health. They have less HP than their zealot enemies.
Breaker throwing down a full wall, canceling the building once he realizes that the attack is not actually coming up this ramp. But I don't know where he's supposed to go from here. He's on 19 workers. He's got 39 total supply. I mean, he's pretty dead. Maybe DTs. I don't know.
4 DTs in a dream, but he does have he does have carriers on the way now. And at that point, once he sees the first few carriers, I think he's gonna think, yeah, it's GG. But he does only have 1 or 2 bases fully mining, and they're starting to run out of money. But in the meantime, there's a counterattack that's going to come across and not going to get any value really.
So, I mean, there's a cannon in most of the mineral lines.
3 more probes are just going to go down. He's going to keep him under 20, and he's going to keep it like that.
Oh man.
GG
Right.
is going to be called, and Blinkington's is going to get the score to 2-1. Very, very long game, must admit, but I guess it's worth it in the end.
It's kind of one of those games that you're looking at, and it's like neither player has the clearest idea of what their actual win condition is.
Mm-hmm.
Like they understand how to do damage, or they want to they want to hit a window of attack, but closing out is almost an enigma.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're gonna start heading into the platinum part of the bracket. Our first guy is gonna be AKA Bob from PigPan, and it is up to him to choose his next map. I will be right back. Give me 1 minute, and we'll be right back with that.
Indeed.
All right, folks, I am back, and we will get right back into it. And our next map is going to be on Dreamcatcher. Remember, folks, this is a best out of 7, so we're not out of the water just yet. First person into 4 wins. So right now we're heading in to Psionic Aftermath with a 2-1 so far, and we'll see what happens next. All right.
We're gonna come back to that PVT matchup that we started with, or had earlier, rather, and we're gonna see more disruptor play from Blinking Pens.
Alrighty, let's get it started, folks. Spawning in the bottom right, representing Psionic Aftermath, it is Blinkingtons.
And in the top left, as the red Terran representing PigPan, it is AKA Bob. Or maybe it's a kebab. I think a kebab makes more sense from the lack of capitalization.
That would make sense too. A kebab. I mean, that'd be pretty cool too. I mean, it is PigPan, so put some bacon on that kebab. You know what I'm saying? This probe is going to take a very long stroll through the Dreamcatcher Park. An extremely long one. Extremely long walk. I wonder how much APM we dedicated to that, but...
I have no idea what... Maybe, you know, now that I think about it, because he is in gold, something you see in the lower levels against a Terran, or Zerg for that matter, is like the first reaction is to just take. So he may be thinking of scouting the gold. His probe movement was like towards those gold, so I think he's like paranoid of fast gold bases. Us diamonds trying to understand the
the thought process.
Yes, because like there's they're not dumb. It's just what are we missing from their level of play, like what they normally see on the ladder that causes these
We got a Reaper coming about. It looks like it's gonna try to intercept this probe right here. Is definitely determined to do that, but I mean, it's kind of losing its. Oh nope, it's going back around. It's taking a very long race to get this probe. It really wants this probe. He's just gonna do a ring around the rosy until eventually he catches up, and you could have just yeah, he finally gets it after doing one good loop around. He's gonna build a pylon. Oh, but I mean, he's gonna keep him here, and and oh my gosh, and now he had hey yeah, I'm just gonna keep you there for a little bit. Now he just like that. All the APM could have just used to just spending the money to get that adept. But I mean, now he gets spot enough time for him to go in. But now, are we gonna see the Reaper micro that happens from Gold League, where he just micros that and floats like 400 minerals? He's gonna actually body block with the probes and manages to get the snipe. Zeno, we just witnessed like GSL style mind games right now? What do you think about that?
I can't even.
there are no words, folks, to witness what we just describe what's going on here. He's gonna check around for a third base, but something that Protoss should usually know is that they don't take their third base until a little bit later because they got mules to do that for them.
The drop is put it up. It technically sees it, but I don't know if he was watching. We're gonna see these adepts come in again. They're gonna be split up this time, and not the best locations for their shade, but that's okay. Drop is going to the main of the Protoss, and there is nothing here yet. Warp Gate is just finishing. 2 Stalkers did come out of production. Widowmine will go and burrow next to the probes. Close your eyes.
Wow, he gets 6 out of that one. Now he's just reacting. Yeah, that was probably, I mean, a pretty interesting mind game because, I mean, if he just walks in, he won't actually know, he won't get the ping that it's probably under attack. Oh, and he gets it out.
Yeah.
Is he gonna get him out? Is he? Oh, he gets it out barely. Now, if he would have lost that, it probably would have been an even trade. But I mean, he does get 7 probes in total, completely just rallied out, and the game kind of balanced itself out. He does have +1 on, +1 on the way, and he does have charge done. We're still yet to see his zealots, but it's the thought that counts. AKA Bob is actually gonna, I mean, a kebab. I'm just gonna call him a kebab now. He's gonna add on 3 more barracks. Is gonna really double down on his tube-based play, and he's gonna actually switch. Oh, he's gonna put a barracks on a tech lab and make reactors, and he's just gonna keep. He's gonna add a ton of tech labs to these barracks for unknown kind of reasons, to be honest, unless he's gonna go for something more on the interesting side. It'd be kind of interesting to see him go battle cruisers in this kind of matchup, huh?
You know, I feel like battle cruisers, we think of them as so like we do not associate battle cruisers with something in the Terran arsenal, really, from a like professional sense. But when we look at the lab, it's actually obnoxiously common.
I can agree completely with that statement.
So like,
Yesterday's I had a ladder session basically where I played against a Terran that walled off in the front of his ramp, and I just let it. I was just macroing up at home, and then he came at me with like 15 battle cruisers. And I'm like, okay, man. And then the next game, I faced this guy 3 times in a row. The second game, I proxy roboed him. He manages to snipe the pylon, but I got a probe to walk across the map and repowered it, and I barely won it. The second game, I had a shield battery building. He sniped about to snipe the pylon, but I saved it with a shield battery, and he had it. And right before he sniped the pylon again, I managed to save it with like 1 shield and 2 HP, and I won the game from there.
Mm-hmm. Now, I think I wonder if there's a GM that is known for using battle cruisers, because like we know there are GMs that are known for using carriers, so why not battle cruisers? Let's see, maybe Nathanius? Question mark? Maybe. Well, that there is that one Terran that I'm not going to go into at all, but I don't know if he actually uses those.
Whatever, he just does what he does, man. Not the most entertaining guy in the world. Hey, but I mean, at the meantime, we're having a pretty big push coming out. He does have DTs in position, so this could be pretty huge. I'm gonna go into the AKA Bob live action cam. Oh wow, and that and at that same moment that he actually manages to catch out the DTs. Oh wow, and that Widowmine just got some huge connections there. It's all falling apart. Those DTs would have been very substantial for that defense, but those Widow Mines killed 4 of them in 1 shot, which was huge. And Blinkington's just gonna call out the GG, and Kebab is gonna take game number 2 for PigPan. It's gonna bring up the series to 2-2. All right, Arayach is gonna be our next player, I believe. Let me check in one more time. Yep, Arayach is gonna be our next player. Arayach, if you're watching the streaming, it's time. So right now the score is currently 2-2. An interesting clan war so far. A very nice long clan war. This thing's been going on for the last 2 hours. I am so sorry about the earlier stream problems. Hopefully that the problem has been solved now. Hopefully you guys in chat can tell me if the problem's been solved. And I will definitely see if I can figure out how to stream at 1080p without such horrible lag. And I'll see if I can figure that out sometime soon. Hope you're having a good day, Zeno. It's been interesting, very interesting, especially that last game. These plays that we've been spotting out.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's one of those things that you go back and you're it's such a throwback to what you used to know. I think from the perspective of a diamond going back and watching a goal, it's like, oh, I kind of remember when I made those decisions. I don't remember why I made those decisions, but I remember doing things like
I get what you mean, dude.
And like some of the mistakes is like, oh, you still totally make them, and you don't know how to correct them either. StarCraft it's such a hard game that no matter what level you're watching, there's this sense of being impressed at just the complexity of the game itself.
Mm-hmm.
We play.
We have done Catalyst, Dream, Lost, and I can't think of any other. What other ones have we done? Catalyst, Dream, Lost. We haven't done Acid, right? I'm pretty sure we haven't. So I think we're good.
So many clan wars today. I'm like, I've seen games on every map. I don't know.
If we go to Game 7, every map's going to be played on, so that's how that's going to be. All right, folks, we're going to hop onto the next game. Oh, yeah, and 16-bit was also playing on. Thank you, chat, for clarifying for me. Alrighty. Spawning in the bottom right, representing Sonic Aftermath, sporting the warrior drones. It is Orion.
And in the top left, as the red Terran, it is a kebab.
Everything relatively standard. It kind of seems that. Oh yeah, I think Arias just got back He kind of was not doing anything for the beginning of the game there. He's just making his 3 drones right now. Gonna get his hatchery real quickly there. That was kind of interesting.
Hatch gas pool, probably. Yeah. It's just standard opening, wonky way of going about it, perhaps, but otherwise, maybe a small hiccup. Was he supply blocked or something? I don't know. He's oh, this this is hilarious. He has this overlord over his that's my fault entirely. His overlord at his natural is
On patrol?
Yeah.
On patrol. I'm on patrol. It's like that one SpongeBob episode. It's just... Oh, now he's gonna realize what he's been doing, pacing back and forth, kind of contemplating about his own life. Not really the most convenient thing he should be doing. He's gonna start heading out. Let's see if he's gonna scout out. Go ahead.
It doesn't need to do anything else with it at this point in time. It's just funny because, like, it could be scouting for proxies instead, since this is a ZVT and not a ZVP. But as it is now going to move out, and yeah, I mean, it's. I think that's one of the issues or difficulties when you're a Zerg and you have so many things you're supposed to do as a Zerg player, and Overlord pathing is one of those things that you're just kind of uncertain about across the matchups. You kind of want to do the same thing every game with your Overlords, but each matchup requires a slightly different path route. So,
oof, that Reaper was in the Zerg's face, but I don't think it got a single kill. Actually, no, it got 2 kills on Lings, I believe.
What? Drone.
His Overlord's gonna get gunned down and never gonna see the light of day ever again. Everything seems relatively normal here. Both even on worker supplies, these Lings gonna be walking around the map seeing if there's anything up that's a little bit off. In the meantime, these Lings are gonna hopefully secure the...
Yeah, we are seeing a Baneling for Aryok, so we're gonna know if he... Okay, he produces drones, not Lings, so we're not gonna see a Baneling bus coming out. But instead, it's just like safety Banelings, safety Baneling nests in case he needs to defend something from whatever that something is. It looks like it's actually going to be a 2-1-1, so there should be a drop of 16 Marines hitting. I say should, and I say should be hitting at like 5 minutes, but I think these timings are off, so that won't be that crisp. But well, that's okay.
He actually had a single Baneling at the front. He's actually kind of... It seems like he's doing a semi-Baneling pressure, but these Banelings are going to get shredded. I don't know exactly what the thought process was. Maybe he was thinking, I'm going to get some money connections with Banelings, but if you can't close the distance, then they're not going to do the job.
I think he wanted to... Oh, this is great. This is great. It's forcing such a reaction out of a kebab, and it really should, because you see those Banelings like that, and like it's almost a mind game at this point, because he's like expecting the Baneling bust, and he was just morphing 2 Baneling.
At the same time, he's gonna be using his Medivacs and do his 16 Marine drops, and he does have creep spread, so he's gonna be able to spot it out. And I think the Overlord might have gotten a little bit of a tailwind, but does he have enough to defend from its drop? He does have a bunch of Lings sitting in his main. He could definitely help, but his spawning pool is a little bit... Oh yeah, especially when these Marines are gonna start shelling away. Everyone's gonna start coming out.
He doesn't have enough Lings. He needs to have Banelings. He does have 3, so maybe he can get a good connection. Okay, he will force the pickup, and a kebab will just hightail it out of there with that boost.
He ain't gonna go far with the boost, but he's gonna do something with the boost, and that's all that really matters.
The point is he is safe.
Yeah, the lane's just gonna go underneath the dropship. It's like, yeah, you're gonna try threatening my people, like my but he's gonna come and drop, but he's got a pretty good area to come drop. He does have roaches on the way. Did that Bane lane even kill anything? I don't even know if it did. Well, it definitely did now.
Yeah. I was kind of asking myself the same question there for a second. Lara is being morphed. The drop is going to come over to the natural. Roaches are here, I suppose. Okay. And that medevac does go down. That had all the Marines in it. So now there's just one lone Marine. It's going to go home. And it's...
He lost all of his he lost all of his brothers.
Yeah, that Marine is gonna tell horror stories of how he and his 15 friends went to go kill the Zerg, and he's the only survivor. He's gonna have survivor's guilt for the rest of his life.
And he's literally like bleeding to death. If you look inside of it, he's in the red. He's like his legs just lobbed off. He's never gonna be able to walk ever again. Never gonna like. The medevac's just gonna drop him out. It's just like, are you okay? It's just like, I don't know anymore.
What is my life? What happened? What did I see?
Why do I exist?
Yes! Oh my goodness.
Oh, there he goes, and bam, he's already leading the charge. Here he goes. It's like, follow me, I've seen things, but I'll still lead you to battle anyways.
It's that survivor's guilt. He's trying to atone for his sins, whatever it's like, why was I the one that survived?
I know. He wish he would have died. He's gonna lead the charge now. He's leading the charge. He just got his brand new shiny combat shield, and he's gonna be joined over the rest of his recruits and brethrens. He said, I got 2 kills, and 2 of those kills were drones. And then the rest of my brothers just died. Here they come. They're gonna start coming up the ramp. In the meantime, he's gonna do a scan forward. He has plenty of roaches. He's got a Hydraless Den at the same time, but does he have enough to hold this? He's got his tanks holding up. I've kind of lost where the lone commander is, but at this point, it's kind of just...
He's over to the right, and he's still alive, actually.
At the meantime, he managed to... Will he hold this? I don't think so, especially with his Hydralists kind of just walking to their deaths. He actually, I seem kind of confident that he might be able to hold if he just keeps holding off against these tanks, but these rallies are just shredding, and these medevacs healing, and here comes the rest of the Marines coming in and join their comrades. It does not look very good for Anurayach at this point. These Marines just absolutely gutting. 20 drones are being lost at this point. The ultimate AA click move, Stutter Step, is starting to shred through the Zerg.
Ayok just doesn't have the Banelings or Hydras that he needs for to clean up this army, and the tank is here. The Marines are uncontested.
I'm gonna have to do a cast to see if the one that survived made it through this entire war.
Still here. It's right next to the gas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it survived.
The Marine who's seen war and come back.
Oh man. It will have stories to tell for generations.
I won a war on a planet with acid. It's just like he's got to say it like the most like dumb way.
A planet with acid. Yeah, indeed. Yes, tasteless. Yes.
Alright, it is now time to call on our last player, which is going to be Legend K.
Okay. I think he's Terran.
Mm-hmm.
So, TBT then?
Mm-hmm. Alright, so we are at your pick, Legend. Okay. Darkness Sanctuary is going to be the next pick. What do you think about that map?
Because he's picking it, it suggests to me, and this is a mirror matchup, it suggests to me that he wants to play a macro-oriented style. So, like, he's hoping for cross spawns almost. That's what it feels like.
Uh-huh.
Like, that's the scenario where a large 4-spawn map is ideal, right? You're far away, your opponent doesn't know where you are, so they can't come cheese you at the start of the game, at least so you hope.
Alright, both of our players are ready. We're going to get into the ace match. Hopefully, Legend K has what it takes to bring it home. Alrighty. Spawning. And the bottom left, representing Sonic Aftermath, our last player in the lineup. It is Legend K.
And in the opposing corner, as the purple Terran, it is a kebab.
TVT.
I should have said, like, spawn diagonally or something. Opposing is not necessarily clear on Darkness Sanctuary, but we are across. And
it's all good, dude. So if Legend K manages to take this win, it will be the only map left would be Redness or Red Shift. And oof, I'm gonna find that to be very interesting.
You know, if he was aware that it was between Darkness and Redshift, then this pick actually makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you rather play the mirror matchup on Darkness Sanctuary, where you're equally at a disadvantage, than play the last map on Darkness Sanctuary and not know your opponent's race.
Mm-hmm.
So by picking Darkness as the 6th map of the game, he's giving the chance or the random element, random spawn element, to the mirror matchup, which is going to be where he's most comfortable handling it.
In the meantime, the Reaper actually managed to walk by the SCV and let it live. So he's gonna get
I
a full
think
on scout off at the same time. They're both doing it at the exact same time.
I think you said that backwards. It's more that the SCV managed to slip
Oh.
by the Reaper.
Oh, it's the SCV is the real threat. All right, in these games, the workers are the most important things.
I did not realize that SCVs could build cannons in the Terran base.
See, like just from that one SCV coming towards it, it ran off, and see, it bought enough time. See, it's the true MVP. And look, here it goes. The SCV up here on the top right is gonna start. Run, SCV, run.
It got on the command center. You're right.
Hey, he managed to drive the Reaper all the way back home. It's like, guys, I saw something, and they're like, what is it? It's like, I don't know, but it scares me.
Oh man, that's great.
Both double producing Marines at the same time. Gonna start wrapping up the tank production. Now, is that a... Yeah, it's got a reactor building on that starport. And we're actually gonna hit him with a scan real quick. Is Reaper on
looks
the...
like
Go ahead.
two coming out of AKA Bob. Oh gosh, now I can't make up my mind. But it's gonna be facing a 1-1-1. So like, as long as Legend K takes a defensive position with his forces and is mindful of the drop possibility, and covers his like this dark spot of his. Okay, he's gonna put his Viking over here. That is one way to cover it. Yes. Actually, this is on a really large patrol path. I think this patrol path should be shorter, because now you're opening yourself up to, like, the tank is covering half of this drop path anyway. So
I like how
okay.
AKA Kebab tried to do like a fancy fast pickup, but it just didn't work out. So he just like slowed down and just did it himself. That's funny. I don't know how you do that when you can move and pick up at the same time. That's hard for me.
I know nothing how to play. I only know what their builds look like. That is the extent of my Terran knowledge.
If the Vikings actually gonna start shelling away at that. Oh, at the same time, a turret's about to pop up right. Ooh, it pops up right in time.
Yeah, I think that bought enough time for Legend K to get in position with his. Does snipe that last medevac and cleans up this army with relative ease.
Oof, nice. Pretty decent save, and it actually is gonna help out a ton in this fight. And he's gonna push out with tanks, and though he does have stuff at home, I mean, does he have enough to deal with 3 more tanks and a couple medevacs? He doesn't have the biggest army in the world at the 6-minute mark, but I mean, it's the thought that counts in this sense.
Yeah, I mean, assuming that you have equal macro ability as your opponent, you just shoot off a good portion of their army, so why not move across? I mean, it is a ramp that he would be going up, so it may be better to just like siege up outside his base a little bit to deny expand times, but he's actually just gonna be content to stay in the middle of the map, hold the watchtower, and carry on with whatever game plan he originally had. His third has gone down in the main, and yeah.
And the game has continued. He's actually going to come at a perfect time to get this cancel on this third. He's going to spot it out. And he barely gets the cancel off. Something I'd like to see him do it. Yeah, it seems like he has the same idea. He's gonna see if he can put his siege tanks into range, but the flanking might actually be pretty huge in this situation. The idea is there, but he needs to bring his tanks in closer. And something I just realized that Legend K doesn't have his combat shields ready, nor does a Kebab. So these oh, I mean, yeah, I mean, the Liberator does effectively solve that issue. He's just gonna walk back home.
Go home, because like he has the faster third. It's not on location yet, but he knows that it's his started building sooner. And then he saw the air superiority from the Purple Terran. So he knows he can't really win that fight necessarily, especially given the defender's advantage. So, like, no need to lose your army. He is gotten his third orbital on location now, is going to start muling that up. We're going to see some more missile turrets go down, as drops are a very scary thing.
Plenty of turrets building. I just realized there's a walkway that you can take. This Liberator, it might be going into the wrong area, trying to get a siege off. Yeah, he's going to see the center tower just coming up and just like, nope, I ain't having any of that, going back home. It's just going to go back around, just chill. Go and just chill out by this little Zelda, this little poster thing here. And yeah, and at the meantime, a Kebab is going to start heading out across the map. And the music stopped just in time to just make it nice and dramatic. Oh, but he is getting into position. All of his tanks are sieged up. If he can manage to just out-siege him, that would be huge. He has plenty of turrets, so there is no way that this thing is going to get any damage done. There is a lot of bio and tanks coming across to reinforce this. This is completely 2-base technically. What minus? Oh, I mean, yeah, it's completely 2-base at this point. And if he can spot this out, this would be huge.
In quotes, he has a third. In that there is a third command center, but it is not an orbital. It is not on location. Those are some pretty ugly free shots that he's given up. He is going to stem in and take out the 2 tanks at the front. But there is a lot of tanks being.
He actually managed to get a really hot pickup and managed to save him, but oof, the tables have swiftly turned. Well, but there's 3 Liberators here. Yeah, they're not gonna get anything done, any job done, but they're gonna take out that one SCV building the command center. He's gonna double scan him, hit him with that radiation wave, and I think he can confidently move across the map, knowing that he's got huge superiority. He only has a single medevac compared to his 5 at this point, and he can just walk confidently across the map and see if he can at least take out his 3rd command center that's starting to build up now. In the meantime, though, Legend K does have +3 on the way now at this point, and +2. And
Prioritizing.
Yeah, he is completely upgraded, advantaged him. Our Purple Terran here has not even invested in upgrades at this point.
Oh my.
It's not even a thought. I don't even see there is an engineer, but he's just starting his +1 now, but he is literally 2 upgrades behind.
Yeah, generally speaking, in a mirror matchup, upgrades are of even greater value because you're dealing with the same units. So it's not just like composition, it's more the like, hey, my units are functionally stronger than yours.
If he can catch, if he would have caught the siege tanks out in the open, that would have been huge. Oh, look, here he goes. He's actually going to get into a huge position, huge position game, but
Oh,
he
if
needs
he
to
can
siege up
hold
his
it.
tanks. Whoa!
Wow. Melted. Like, you blinked and it was gone. Upgrade advantage plus siege tanks, liberators, high ground, concave.
Shredding equals shredding. That third base location just shredded. He does have 3 tanks ready to go. I thought for a second there, I was like, dude, how did those Marines make that SCV explode so gigantically? And then I was like, the tank just shelled it.
Yep.
He needs to watch it though, cause oh well, yeah, I mean, yep, that's how you do it. You're just gonna take out these tanks for free.
And liberators are good.
Hey, a Kebab is gonna call out GG, and the series is going to be tied 3-3.
Oh, well done by Legend K, getting just like slowly accumulate advantages, never actually overcommitting. And once he has a win condition, being that upgrade advantage and army lead, he pushes out and shuts down the third for good and closes it out. Cleanly played.
Oof, I need to find
Cleanly.
the last of their players. Draxos, is that him? I believe it is. Let's see. The last map is Redshift.
Dracos saying in chat that it's Ichabod.
It's
in
Ichabod?
Ichabod. I don't know if he's if he knows or if he's pulling my leg from my constant indecision, or at any rate.
Redshift is the final map. I'd like to thank you guys for watching today. We're going to close out the series hopefully with a bang. It's been an interesting Clan War to cast. Very much we got some heroes in the games very clearly, and it's been very fun.
Definitely seen. Oh, okay. I like this. We get to put that on class show.
You're kind of just cracking it off and on like a robot. Like it's shorting out.
It's probably the fact that I'm having to use the other mic.
Oh, it totally sounded like a robot right there.
Ah.
It's cool. It's cool.
Forecaster is better. Oh.
Doesn't team color intensity make it like more powerful colors?
Oh. What do you mean by that?
Adjust the intensity of team colors shown in the game world. I wonder how we will now see, folks, what it will look like. Alrighty, folks. We're now heading into the final match of the night.
Oh, hello.
Alrighty. Spawning in the bottom left, representing PigPan, it is Draxos.
And in the top left, as the Red Terran, representing PsiX, it is Legend K.
Wow, with the color intensity, everything looks so much more vibrant. It's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, I like it actually. I should play like this.
Are you doing?
Just leave...
Are you testing it like this too?
Yeah.
I put it all the way up to 11, so.
I moved it like 2/3 of the way up.
It actually looks pretty clean like this. Huh. Interesting. Oh wow. PigPan Draxus is actually gonna go in for a really fast pool, but with 2 gas. So I don't know.
Rush? I'm thinking Ravager Rush. That's what this looks like.
Yep.
Oh, there's the Roach one.
Oh.
Oh.
There it goes.
Okay, he changed it as where he wants to place it. Just slightly more hidden. Because that totally won't get scouted.
Oof. Usually I've seen plays where they do this with a proxy hatch. Now where would that go? He's not even gonna make any links with this, so he can have free reign to scout over this as much as he wants if he uses his Reaper right. But I don't know at this point if they realize what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The one base Ravager rush is definitely one of the fastest rushes in the game, and or fastest like micro oriented rushes. It's probably the fastest like micro demand rush. I mean, all rushes require micro, but like I don't know how to explain my assumptions about StarCraft. I'm gonna call.
In the meantime, he actually manages to kill off the reactor on that barracks.
That's actually,
it's pretty huge.
Yeah. Because now the production is cut in half from the. And okay,
This does not look good, folks. The Ravagers are already done, and he is barely making his first cyclone. He might have a dream if he can manage to pull it off, but there's only 3 Ravagers, so there is a chance.
There are 3 more roaches behind this, so there will be reinforcement potential. The cyclone is out. That supply depot is gonna fall, and Legend K is gonna nice dodge, but he really needs more to defend here. A Cyclone and a Hellion is not really going to cut it.
That doesn't look good. He's gonna take out the reactor. He's gonna pull the boys to repair.
I'd like to see him mineral walk those SCVs past the Ravagers so that he can get this around, but that opportunity has passed, as there are now 5 Ravagers here.
And he corrosive biled both of them, and now they're both dead. GG is going to be called, and Legend K is going to go down. PigPan is going to be getting the victory today. Sorry I never put the score up, but the game happened so quickly. So, at the end of the day, PigPan is going to walk away with a victory with a 3-4 victory.
Alrighty.
Alright, folks. Thank you for letting me cast today. I'm sorry about the stream issues. I will get on top of that right now and see if I can figure out a way to stream at a higher quality for you guys. And thank you guys for the watching us today. And I hope you guys are having a good day. I am Sentinel.
And I'm Xanadactyl.
And we are going to be signing off for now. Thank you guys for showing up today. And we'll see you later.